Hello traders, and welcome back to another weekly market review. Like every week in these videos, this is where we go through current trades, so the past trades, see what's going on in the market right now. So if this is the first time watching this, make sure to hit the subscribe button, make sure to like the video, make sure to comment for any questions you guys have. If you're looking for a place to discuss these trades, make sure to join our global chat. This is where we can chat about these trades, have a discussion about it, and see how everyone is looking at the market. So the first pair we're going to go through is NZD-CAD. This is actually a loser, but depending on the trades you took, because we had a couple CAD pairs running, some of you might have hit stop loss, some of you might have not. Again, we don't want to overexpose. We want to make sure we're only taking one trade per currency. So, for example, we also had EURCAD going. AUDCAD is a trade we've had going. So, if you took NZD-CAD, this one hit stop loss. But again, we have to go back to the probability game, right? So, not every trade is going to be winner, not every trade is going to be loser. What matters is that we use the edge. And we have to keep putting on trades in order for the edge to work. If we don't put on all the trades, meaning if we, let's say, keeping overexposure in mind, but if we only take the trades we want to, but then when we skip some of those trades, we might skip some of the best trades. So it's important you guys, keep putting on trades. Even when you get a loser, make sure to put on the next trade, because the next trade, that could be the big winner. So we have to keep following the plan. The plan is there for a reason, and we have an edge. So we got to use the edge. When I say keep putting on trades, doesn't mean put on all the trades. Keep in mind the overexposure and the risk management. If you have questions about this, you can always go through the handbook or ask anything you want in the global chat. So NZD-CAD, this is a trade hit stop loss. I'm going to remove this guy from my watch list now. Let's move on. Next up, we have EURCAD. EURCAD is still hovering around the entry box. It's showing rejection on the short entry right now, but this is a pretty strong repeated trade. This trade has already played out multiple times. So depending, if you're new, this is a trade I would skip if you haven't set this up. This trade have played out multiple times, so we can see the short entry came on here, and from there we can see how this trade, this was the first touch on that trade. So we hit TP1 on this, and we hit it again. So this was another trade, TP again, and then here we had hit TP again, and then this one almost hit TP again. So this trade has repeated. So this is 1, 2, 3. Pretty much this would be the fourth time. So this is a repeated trade. Personally, this is a trade I would skip. If you've made money on the first and second or third, then you can take this trade again. But if you haven't made any money on this previously, then this is a trade you want to skip. Now we're looking at AUDCAD. Again, it's showing a very good rejection on this level. Actually, we can see these wicks going into the level, and we can see how the sellers are pushing price down. But you can also see the same thing happening on the bottom. So we can see prices currently consolidating in this area. It is showing to be a good resistance, but this trade has been repeated multiple times as well. We've hit TP on this, TP1 and TP2 on this once and twice already. So again, if you didn't make money on the first one or second one, a trade to skip. Eventually this thing is going to break out. We'll see which way it breaks out. Really can't predict that, but there's still a chance we can hit TP1, TP2 on this trade. GBPJPY currently is not in our short entry yet, so we're just waiting for price to go into our short entry. GBPCAD, on the other hand, actually went into our short entry level already. So if you're still in the GBPJPY buys, this is a really good hedge for the GBP pairs because we're selling this, so that'll be a good hedge. So we're shorting GBPCAD right now. This looks like a good setup. We can see a good rejection here on this level, and we can see the previous candle also closed bearish. So this is a good trade to set up. We probably will see another when the market opens this week, price go up, retest that level again, and then go down. So that's something to watch out for. So when the market opens, this would be a trade to set up if you haven't already. EURJPY, another really good trade. If you've set this up last week, this is a trade that hit TP1 and TP2. So congrats if you hit your TP points. You can repeat this trade. So price is now rejecting our support. It's probably going to go back up to our short entry, and from there we can take it back down into a TP points. Oil is currently in drawdown. So if you set it straight up, if you took the trade, you're in drawdown. We are on this pretty large resistance So this whole level over here is pretty much a strong resistance level. So we want to see price moving away from the level. So we want to see price moving down below a short entry box again, and then we can set up our shorts and then down. Again, if you are long short on this right now, you are in drawdown, but we are still bearish. So as long as we're not breaking this high over here, we are still bearish overall on this pair, because overall we can see it is a bearish downtrend. Like I said previously, we filled this gap over here, and we can see price has really been struggling to push up more. It looks like a lot of, like, almost no volume in this, and then we can see price push down, and now price is pushing back up again. But again, as long as we don't break this previous high, we are pretty bearish on oil. Next up, we got sugar, which is currently going into our TP1. We hit this, our entry was here, went into drawdown a little bit, just like our oil trade, but now it's going into TP1. So given that price is now above our long entry, we could expect price to go back down into our long entry box this week. So this is a trade you can set up if you want to. This is not Forex. This is sugar. If you like to trade commodities, this would be a good trade to set up. Now we've looked at the commodities, we've looked at Forex. Now let's move on to equities. So equities actually was very interesting last week. We had a couple TPs last week, and this trade that actually got triggered last week, we're just about moving into our TP1, and yeah, I mean, this, you can still set this trade up. Sometimes what we can see is price, going back into our levels and then coming back into TP points. One thing about these XMO levels is they're like a magnet, and price is always going to move into these magnetic levels. So it's always going to move into our entry boxes, into TPs. If it breaks, or entry box is going to move up further into the extensions or the stop loss. So price, these levels, it's like a magnet. Like I said, every time price breaks the level, it's going to move, it's going to pull price to the next level. So this is PFE, currently short, waiting for TP1. This is a trade currently ILMN. The reason why I added this, we didn't take this, but I saw a few people take this in the global chat. So this is, if you took this, the algo showed it. We didn't review it last week, but if you took this, you're pretty much moving into the next TP point, which is down here. So you've hit TP1, TP2, just waiting for TP3. BIDU, we're currently short on. So this is BIDU. We're currently short. Price is really in a range right now, so it's kind of ranging in this box over here. So we're trying to take advantage of this consolidation play. So we're taking a short into this TP over here. And we covered Netflix last week, which was pretty interesting given all the news and some of the scandal, whatever you want to call it, around that. So we actually hit TP1, TP2 on this trade. So we covered it here last week, and then we went up to the retest on the short entry, and then we went down into the TPs. Again, these levels are like magnets. So when we recorded this video, you can check back, price was around, I think it was this candle, and then we can see price went back up to retest that level. And then from there went in TP1 and TP2. Google has actually a short position as well. So this is GOOGL. We are currently short on Google, waiting for the retest to come in, and then taking it into this support over here. If this support breaks, we'll see a nice dip down into 1250. That'll be a good short. Yeah, so I'm actually curious and excited how this plays out to see if this will go down further. One thing I do want to bring up on this week's watch list on stocks is, there's quite a few shorts in the watch list, more shorts than there's longs. So one point I want to bring up is when there's more shorts in the stock market than there's longs, you want to be careful, because shorting stocks is not always the best thing you can do, because generally stocks, they go up more than they go down. So especially on a daily time frame when we're swing trading. So make sure to not overexpose yourself on shorts. You don't need to take all these trades. Pick out the best ones that you like the most, and then just trade those. Or if you can find some other longs and the navigator that I currently didn't review, you can still add those. As long as they're not repeated, they're going to be good trades. So make sure to not overexpose yourself on shorts. Make sure you have a good balance between shorts and longs. And if you want, if you prefer, you could even take it one step further and decrease your risk by half for short trades on stocks, because preferably we only want to buy stocks. But again, you know, they do play out, they do have a good win rate, but again, it is safer to kind of lower your risk on stocks and make sure you have a good balance between longing stocks and shorting stocks. Here we have GS, so this is Goldman Sachs. I'm currently shorting GS as well. This is a new trade, so we broke this neutral level here, and this would be a first trade, so this would not be a retrade, a repeated trade. But we broke out of this consolidation here, and we're looking to take a short off that break. So this would be kind of the consolidation here, like that. And so now we're just waiting for the retest on that box, and then we're coming down to TP1, TP2. Now we're looking at GE, General Electric. This is actually a long, so this is good to see. We're looking for a buy off of this level, and we can see how price has kind of formed a bottom here. So that's good to see, because we had a really good dip down. We formed this bottom, and now we're looking for price to push up. So this would be a buy on GE. So if you do have quite a few shorts, this is definitely what trade you want to set up to balance those shorts and longs. Yeah, and that's it for this week's video. If you guys have questions, if you guys have comments, if you guys want to give me feedback, make sure to throw those into the comment section down below. We'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. And if you do have any further questions, if you want to take part of these discussions, make sure to join our global chat. That's where the action is. My name is Patrick. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.